So this vlog's duration got a little bit out of hand. I didn't know that I was talking so much on different things. And so if you're here for the Kindle Scribe stuff, please, by all means, skip ahead. If not, thank you for watching from start to finish. My little chihuahua, Draco, was diagnosed yesterday with pancreatitis. So yesterday, today, and tomorrow he is going to be at the vet's getting a heavy dose of fluids and other stuff to kind of I guess his pancreas is inflamed or something, so this stuff is going to take away that inflammation. And having this, he hasn't been, this past week, since Monday, he hasn't been eating. He's been, having diarrhea a lot. Boy. And so we're hoping by Sunday, after this 3-day vet stay.
Sunday and it's Thursday.
He's not staying there overnight. We just dropped him off in the morning. He stays there for a few hours, like half a day.
Are you gonna poop?
And so we're hoping on Sunday he's back to normal.
Yeah, and of course.
But I do need to do some research and make sure that his diet going forth is one
too sure. So
that
cut this,
will definitely help.
Relaxing.
Will definitely help
day at the park
avoid any.
It's a really nice day, but I don't want to have a bunch of bites all over.
I'm gonna do some research. I got him a sweet potato, and I got him some chicken breast. So I'm gonna boil that up, make him some mash, and
Trico, you had a mosquito
chicken in there because I've been trying to feed him just boiled chicken this whole week.
Okay, I gotta get out of here.
He just has zero appetite, so hopefully the sweet potato.
Right, Felix? Oh my God.
A little sweetness, a little newness to his bowl. Get him a little, get his appetite up a little bit more. So, difficult days ahead with Draco. He's our problem child because we had a few years ago he tore his ACL, so we had to take him in for surgery, and he was on bed rest for like a solid week, and it was kind of painful just watching him be in pain. So hopefully this pancreatitis is manageable after Saturday, maybe Sunday, or maybe after Sunday, but I don't know. But while he's over there at the vet's, I'm gonna take my other dog, Felix, out for a nice long walk. Maybe give him some extra special treatment because we've been kind of not giving him too much because we've been taking care of Draco. So I'm gonna pay attention to him a lot more today while Draco's at the vet. And I'm here. I'm gonna get my little Felix boy ready for the park, and see you then. Come on, little boy. So in about the 20 minutes or so between getting home and unpacking my stuff, getting Felix ready, like all the little bits of blue sky kind of went away, and except for that little bit over there. But it looks like it might start raining soon or later today. I don't know, but it's very, very, very windy, as you could hear and see. Not strong winds, but enough to bring it. It is not like super cold, but it's chilly. I would say chilly is the word for it. Oh, also Taylor Swift's new album came out, so I think I'm gonna listen to that, read a little bit of it. Not at all a combo that you hear a lot, but I don't know. I'll see what it brings. See how far I get in it. You got a pee, boy? No, you want to go? Let's go. So I thought it would be appropriate to just talk about the first 2 chapters that I've read of it by candlelight. And well, my TV is on in the back, so that's the blue light you see on the wall back here. But the first chapter is, if you've seen either the miniseries or the 2 new movie adaptations that came out a few years ago, the first chapter pretty much follows both adaptations in that we're introduced to Bill, starting Bill, and his brother Georgie, and how he in 1957 is the first victim, or I don't know, maybe known victim of Pennywise the clown. And just for spoilers, Georgie is lured to the sewer entrance, or it's not a sewer. Oh, shoot, I don't know. I forgot what it's called. The drain on the on like streets and stuff. He's lured over there by Pennywise to get his little paper boat back, and of course it ends with Georgie being his arm pretty much being severed off by Pennywise, like crazy mouth, that alien mouth or something. And yeah, that's how the first chapter starts. I just want to say I'm gonna do a longer book vlog if I continue reading Stephen King's It throughout the entirety of the fall season. But I just want to say, having read this first chapter maybe about 3 or 4 times, I tried reading this entire book, and so usually when I reread books, I start from the beginning. If I didn't really make it that far, like 3-4 chapters in, it's not really I'll just start from the beginning. So what I noticed this time around reading this first chapter is it's really well written, in that we're introduced to this very just normal American nuclear family, and specifically this very touching and sweet relationship between a older brother and his younger brother, and how much Bill cares for Georgie. And then it kind of just like completely switches over to this ominous, dark tone where most of us now reading it know what's going to happen to Georgie, but for those reading in the 80s or the 90s when the book came out, I imagine they didn't know that was going to happen. So it probably was a much bigger twist at the end of that first chapter. And yeah, I just found that like reading this for the fourth time or so, super interesting. I never really noticed that. And in the movies too, specifically the newer movies, they adapt that very well. That touching moment between two brothers, the innocence of it all, and then like in a split second, that innocence turns into death, and then this ongoing what is it, he every 30 years or so he wakes up and then brings chaos to the town of Derry. So I found that really interesting. The second chapter goes into the future about 30 years, and this chapter, it was about Pennywise coming back and his first kill. I'm saying first kill because there really is no instance of any kills before that, but his first kill is a gay man that was target of homophobia by these Derry residents, and they push him off the bridge, and his boyfriend kind of witnesses this whole thing, and because they beat the boyfriend pretty badly on the bridge, and he's not really able to help his boyfriend that gets thrown over the bridge. So all these witnesses see I forgot the guy's character, the name already. Oh my god, that's my bad. Adrian. No, I think Adrian is the one who lives. I forgot his boyfriend's name. But yeah, and then he gets taken by Pennywise, and all these guys, all these homophobic guys that caused this to happen, and the boyfriend, they see this happen. So the whole second chapter is these suspects retelling their different versions, trying to not mention Pennywise because they sound crazy, and then these detectives trying to figure out what the heck is going on. Why are these suspects all saying that this clown came and ate this guy, and then why is the boyfriend saying that this clown came and ate this guy? So it was a nice little twist to it of starting the book with this kid getting killed by this creature, and then fast forward 30 years, and then we see this another innocent person getting killed by this creature. It kind of just makes it seem like Pennywise is, I don't know if he's creating because my understanding is he does create all this terribleness that leads to him being able to capture and eat and kill more people. But it seems like there's a lot of like he goes after people who are just completely innocent and just trying to live their life, and then they, I don't know. Maybe that's he is, because I from the adaptations he doesn't eat, he doesn't kill or eat the bad people. He kind of just infects them or encourages them to do more violence against other people. So maybe that's what his goal is, to kill the innocent and to corrupt even further the bad people. So I don't know. Okay, I've been talking for 6 minutes about these two chapters. I think that's I think before I go on rambling a bunch, I'll save the third chapter maybe for the next blog or vlog, because I do want to read. I've narrowed down my list. Oh, maybe I should do that. Okay, the light is going to turn on, so for anyone watching in the dark, there's about to be a shift in light. Okay, so I narrowed down my reading goals / schedule for this season of fall. So I'm giving myself until December 31st, as in fall. I know December is kind of technically winter, but I'm cutting it as fall. So these are the 3 books I'm going by. My goal is to read 4 books in 3 months. Very, very, very manageable. Don't want to put any stress on myself, but the whole purpose is to kind of get myself back into a rhythm of reading and actual reading to enjoy and reading to be inspired for my personal writings, and just just to have that passion back again from reading different stories and a bunch of different genres. So I want to get that back, because it really was a fun time when I was reading a lot constantly. I was just so immersed in all these different stories. So I want to bring that back. That's my goal. That's my long-term goal, and to keep it. So I want to build better reading habits. And the first one being just to start slow and have a wide, diverse amount of books that have different stories, different genres. That way I'm not so bored just by reading one genre like fiction or horror all the time. So I'm my specific goals are 2 short books that are 250 pages less, 1 normal length book, which is about 250 pages or more, and then 1 giant book, which is I'm counting as 400 pages or more. So the 3 short books that I have my eyes set on, and if I manage my time correctly and actually push myself to read, I could read all these quite easily. The first one being Beowulf. I want to read Beowulf because it is an epic poem that when I read it quite a few years ago, when I was actually writing very consistently, it helped me a lot in terms of just inspiration, in terms of the actual story, but also the poetic form, and also the historical context was very interesting. So just having that background, plus using it as a writing tool, was very, very beneficial to me. So that's another side goal that I want to do for myself, is just read more poetry, get back into it, because that's what I write. So I need that kind of inspiration to look back on pretty consistently. And reading it, 100% helped when I was writing, because it was, a lot of authors say you can't write without reading. So I think that is true for me. I know that's not really true for all writers, but it is for me. Another small pick I have is Ladies' Lunch. So this is just a very, very short collection of more grounded stories. Let me just quickly read it for you. So this is about the author Seagal working at the height of her powers. In this story collection, she turns her gimlet eye and compassionate humor on aging and life in the slow lane. So I'll leave it at that. It's very grounded. It sounds very charming, very maybe a little bit relatable the more I age, and kind of the less I do something I want to kind of fix over the next few years or the next months or so, just to get back into just doing stuff. So maybe that'll be a little life inspiration, that book, the collection of stories. The next short pick is The Mimicking of Known Successes. I read about maybe like 75% of this before just putting it down and never going back to it a few years ago when it came out. It's a sci-fi mystery. It's set on another planet and there's this character who has to solve this murder. So it's very, very, very interesting. Something we don't see a lot of is the sapphic romance of it. So it's a sapphic romance kind of blended in within this murder mystery set in a sci-fi future. So maybe I'll leave it at that, just in case anyone out there wants to go into things completely unknown. So these are my short books, all 250 pages or a lot less than that. Yeah, like I said, these are very manageable to read. If I push myself, if I kind of motivate myself to pursue my passion for reading. That's why I kind of like need to keep it in the back of my head. It's a passion that I want to get back. It's not something that I need to do, but it's something that I should be doing, because having hobbies, having passions is good. Good for everyone. Let me move these out of the way. The next middle book picks I have are Among the Burning Flowers by Samantha Shannon and Sutter Kane. In the Mouth of Madness by Sutter Kane. Oh my god. If I were big on editing, I would edit that out, but I'm too lazy because I'm still kind of sick. So this one is I've talked about Samantha Shannon's books quite a bit throughout my videos, and this one just came out, I believe, like last month, sometime in September. It's the shortest of her books in the Roots of Chaos series, and on her Instagram she recommended people that want to have an accessible intro to her Roots of Chaos is to start with the shortest book that kind of introduces you to this world of religion, politics, fantasy, dragons, all that stuff. So this is definitely on my list, because if I am able to kind of hunker down and read this, I'm sure it'll push me to read the other 2 books in the series. So also, like, every cover art is incredible. I forgot what if you follow Samantha Shannon on her Instagram, she links the artist's work, and his I believe it's a he. I'm not entirely sure. All their stuff on Instagram is crazy. That crazy artist, super talented. Okay, so the next normal book is In the Mouth of Madness by Sutter Kane. This is actually a novelization of one of my favorite horror movies, In the Mouth of Madness. I would say watch the movie first, and then if you're interested, read this novelization. This literally just came out on the 30th of September. Or no, the 1st of October. I think it was the 1st of October. But I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's a horror. It's like a gory horror movie, and I imagine the book is going to dive a little bit more into the details of the horror, because you kind of have to when you're describing all the stuff that happens. But essentially, the movie is about an author who goes missing, and his books once people read his books, people turn into the monsters within the books, and an agent and a insurance fraud, his publishing agent and an insurance fraud agent go looking for him to make sure this isn't some publicity stunt. So this is it. It's a very somewhat short novelization, because the movie is only like an hour and a half. 274 pages, so not that long, but I'm super excited to read it, especially in the month of October, because it's very, very fitting. Highly recommend the movie first, and then if you're interested in reading the novel version of it, I would highly suggest getting this. Super cool book, especially if you're into books with kind of like a author writing element. Definitely for you. So Other than Stephen King's It, another big book that I might somewhat try to start or maybe read a chapter here and there, is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell. Huge book. I believe it's maybe like 1,000 pages or something. Oh no, just a little bit under, around 850 or so. But it's kind of like a grounded take on magic reemerging in this London society, and it's just about these two magicians that kind of joined forces in the war against France. So maybe I'll leave it there, bare minimum knowledge of what this book is about. So if that interests you a little bit, it's kind of like a, what do you call, maybe it's considered a historical fantasy. Sounds interesting, if you're into that thing. But these are my picks, and of course these are my picks now, starting in October, so they might change throughout the season, depending on how I feel. But hopefully give myself maybe like a monthly goal to read at least 2 of these, 2 small books, and try to get that 2 small books goal out of the way. I know for sure I'm going to be reading Beowulf this coming weekend, tomorrow and Sunday. I mean, the weekend's already here. It's not coming. It's right tomorrow, like a few hours away. So if you're not on like Reddit or other social media that are pretty up to date with everything, you're probably in my boat, where you kind of just randomly found out that there are 3 upcoming Kindle scribes maybe coming out this year, or maybe early next year. There isn't a definitive release date for all these 3, but there are 3 of them in 3 different price ranges, but all over $400. So if you're looking at these to get one because it's a bigger e-reader and you're heavily in the Kindle ecosystem in terms of ebook library, I would say wait until they come out and then maybe get a as I was saying, oh my god, sorry, my allergies are kind of like, my nose is all congested, so I had to take breaks to blow my nose. Anyway, once they come out, I would highly recommend getting a first generation Kindle. Once I get home right now, I'll show you guys that my first generation Kindle, I believe it's from like 2021 or something, 2020. I'll find out more details and put it on the screen. It's still working perfectly. It lasts forever. I haven't used it in quite a few months, and it's still in the 30% range. I think last month I used it was like it maybe in the low 40s. But first generation Kindle Scribe, I'm sure you could get it for $100 to $200. Last year's Kindle Scribes, I'm sure you could get it maybe half off, because these Kindles, they don't hold their value after a few years. So definitely look around if you're looking for a Kindle Scribe and you don't want to spend the $400 to $630 on the new Kindle Scribe. So definitely keep that in mind when you're about to purchase. But anyway, what I'm most interested in is so I guess first I should just give you a quick overview of what the new ones are. The lowest price one is a Kindle Scribe without any front light. So it's like back to the basics in Kindle Scribe form. The second one is just an updated Kindle Scribe. You got the front light, the warm light, everything. And the most expensive one at around $630. Probably close to $700 if you're counting taxes in the country wherever you live. That is a Kindle Scribe colorsoft. So they just kind of randomly put colored e-ink in a Kindle Scribe for some reason. I don't know if anyone was asking for that, but I mean, on Reddit, a lot of people are super excited and are ready to purchase day one. So I'm most interested in the lower priced one. I think I'm going to purchase that one just to try out for a week or so, and then return it. Obviously, I can't afford to keep a $400 Kindle when I have a perfectly good one at home. It still works perfectly fine. I do want to do a comparison though for those who are interested in either the first generation Kindle, or the newer Kindles, because all the new Kindles that are coming out, they have more uniform and thinner bezels. So if that's something that threw you off from the first Kindle, or even the second generation Kindles, that sage, or not a sage green, like a metallic green one, it still had that bezel on one side, which was odd. Yeah, I don't know why they keep doing that. So you'll be pleased to find that all the 3 Kindles have uniform and thinner bezel. However, having used the Kindle Scribe for quite some time, having that larger one-sided bezel, sorry for my heavy breathing and stuff, I'm super congested, and I'm trying to breathe out of my mouth and talk at the same time because I can't breathe out of my nose. So having used the Kindle Scribe first gen, I actually like having that big bezel on one side of the screen, because when I use it one hand, I would just hold it that way instead of I guess it's a very, very small problem in that when bezels get too small, you accidentally touch the screen and the pages turn forward or backward. It's just I guess it's a small problem, but if that's something that you're particular about, I think that first gen or the second gen with the larger bezel on the side is the pick for you, instead of the let's go this way, boy. Sorry, I'm walking my dog right now. Instead of the slimmer ones of the Kindle. But I guess I should probably talk about the Kindle Colorsoft just very quick, because I'm pretty sure most of you are interested in that the most, because it is the Kindle Paperwhite Colorsoft was a big hit after all the yellow bars at the bottom and all of that. It was kind of a hassle, and there's thoughts going around that they're not available for sale yet because they want to make enough Scribe Colorsofts that are not low quality and are not going to have problems for them, because this is a $630 device and they don't want a lot of people returning it right away. So maybe that's why they're taking their time on a release date. However, I would say definitely wait maybe a week or so. That way you're not a guinea pig and you're not out $700. Who knows, you might, my problem with these technologies is that, you want to try them, you want to test them out, you want to see how they are compared to your older devices. But what if you accidentally drop it and the screen cracks? And then what do? What if you accidentally, drop it in water or something? I have no idea, but that's always in the back of my mind when I buy new products and try them out and then return them. It's just always a gamble of whether or not you mess them up or something. Okay, but I'm going off track. But anyway, so like I was saying, the Scribe Colorsoft is going to be super popular. For the little bit that I use the Paperwhite Colorsoft, the heck is going on over there? I really enjoyed it, even though I only read books. I don't read any manga or comics or anything, so the Colorsoft isn't for me. I'm not a student. I don't use the highlighting option. So all those different colored highlighters weren't really necessary for me. But for the little bit that I did utilize, the covers, looking through my library, looking through the Kindle store, I found it very pleasing. I liked it. I liked having the color on an ink device. It was very unique, very fun, and having that on a big premium device like a Kindle Scribe, I think was the right call, but it was a very surprising call because no one was really expecting that, especially how bad the launch was of the Colorsoft, the Paperwhite Colorsoft. So it's a pleasant surprise. I'm hoping there is no like bad quality control for anyone out there who is for sure getting one, and hopefully you don't have to deal with having to return it and get a refund or get a credit or all that. So I forgot if I talked about this already. But what I'm most interested in is the no light Kindle Scribe, mostly because it's the cheapest. And I'm just interested in the new form factor, because while I said I do like the bezel and being able to hold it in one hand comfortably without accidentally touching the page, I do like the form factor of the new Kindles. I thought it was a step in the right direction for the Kindle Scribe 2nd Gen. It was a step in the right direction, and I think they took a huge step now with these new Kindles and the little bezels that they have. So I do definitely want to try that one out. I, for one, use my little Nook for most at night when I do read, because it is super lightweight. There's no way I could read with the Kindle at night in both hands comfortably. I'm going to be afraid. I'm going to be like half passed out and that thing fall on my face, versus a little, 5-ounce Nook. Those are my quick thoughts. Sorry for the car noise. Because I literally just learned about all these Kindle things coming out yesterday. Apparently, lastly, another car. There is a lot of AI software coming. Another car. This is a bad idea to walk on this side of the street. There's a lot of AI software coming, a lot of integration with OneLook and Google Drive. So if anyone was complaining about the note-taking software of the past Kindles, you'll probably really, really enjoy that. However, if you do have an older Kindle, definitely hold off, because all that new AI software is coming to all the Kindles, I believe. Like every single Kindle, the Scribes and Paperwhites. So be on the lookout for that if that's what you're interested in. Otherwise, I think I'm going to end it here and wait for more details to come out. Maybe a release date, and then maybe a pre-order video. Right, boy? Okay, so if you haven't seen my short yet that I posted a few days ago, Barnes & Noble is coming out with a teal special edition of their Nook Glow Light. And this is the just the base glow light. This isn't the plus, that's a little bit larger. The plus is similar in size to the Kindle Paperwhite. Trying to get it to where it's okay. There it goes. So it's just a basic Nook glow light 4, just in teal color. And if you're ever interested in buying a Nook, I would say don't get this, because it is $150 brand new, and you could get a used black one maybe for about $70, maybe a lot less. The white ones go a little bit more because of how rare they are, and there's a pink one that also probably goes around $150 used, because it is so rare as well. I find it interesting. I already pre-ordered it because I just want to get my hands on it. I'm probably going to return it. I mean, I got my black Nook Glow Light 4 for $60, so it makes no sense to get one for $150 just because it's teal. But that is it. Let me scroll down a little bit more so you get a bigger picture. Yeah, it looks nice. I mean, it's a cool color. I love the fact that it's a little bit shiny. I don't know if it's like a mixture of a black kind of edge right there, and then teal on the front and back. That would be an interesting choice and make it a lot less aesthetically appealing, but we'll see. It's estimated to be on my doorstep on December 1st, so I can't wait. Some little squirrel up there is eating.